Hi, apparently I'm live now. Yes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Whatever Floats Your Boat. I wanted to do a short vlog today. I've written a blog post as well. You find the link in the description to the blog. And I will probably also add the link to the post. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about a bit is about my first days at the University of Vienna. And Women's Day, which was yesterday, not that I did anything particular. I wasn't on strike. I actually did work. But yeah, so let me just start from the beginning. The first thing you have to know is about my nose. You're probably wondering what I've done with it. I don't know. Seriously, I woke up and I had it. And ever since I've been terrified to go back to sleep because I have no clue what I'm apparently doing in my sleep, and my boyfriend is completely in denial, so he had nothing to do with it apparently. But I just woke up and I have this weird bloody cut on my nose. I don't know if I sleepwalked or if I did something much more terrific, like having a midnight party by my own while I was asleep. I don't know. Anyway, it's there. I don't even know if it's probably a pimple that I just scratched open. But it's there. It's terrifying. And I look like someone who doesn't know its doors from its frames. But yes, so that is the first thing that happened this week, is that I injured myself without knowing. And it's happened before with my knee or with my toe, that someone would just say, hey, you're bleeding. And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, right. You're right. But not with my nose, because I'm a bit of a nose phobic. So I'm not scared of noses. It's just that I really cannot have people talk about breaking their noses or something. It really gives me the jibber jabbers, and I really just can't accept that. It's really freaking me out. Like with the shins as well. It's like, oh, can't think about it. And I had to go to university, my first week of university, and I had to go in looking like someone who is too dumb to walk out of the way of something, you know, hurting their noses. So that was not good. Okay, but let me start from the beginning. So there's a couple of things to say, and some of them will make me look very full of myself, probably. And you should just know that I don't intend that to be. It's just goodness. Let's start from the beginning. So University of Vienna, not the biggest fan so far. Very disorganized, very weird in its ways. But I got registered and everything, and I just walked to my first lecture, which was on Tuesday, 6 o'clock or something, like a time where I think, why would you do that to your students? I mean, it's really a stupid time. So that wasn't a good start. And I was punctual because I'm always punctual. So I was punctual at 6 o'clock, and the teacher came like 20 past 6, 20 minutes into the lecture. Or probably 10 minutes into the lecture, she showed up, and then she procrastinated and she talked to other people and things. She didn't even start. She didn't seem to be in a hurry to start. And the funny thing is, this happened again in my next lectures. Apparently teachers are not really high on punctuality here. I don't know, it's really weird. And she came in, she seemed very nervous. And the funny thing was, it was not really funny. Well, the first 10 minutes of a lecture, I wasn't sure if she was blind, because like myself, she didn't look at the audience. She looked down, and then she looked up like really like this. And I mean, there's nobody up there. It was not like, it was not like a slanted lecture where you have the rows going up and up. It was just a flat room. She was always looking up like this, and her eyes were kind of tilting towards each other in a very bizarre way. And I was really like, is she blind? Is she just very skilled with finding her way and with, I don't know, So that was very strange. And I was wondering, is she blind or is she just not good at this? And 10 minutes in, I had to concede that she's just not good at this. She's not good at presenting. She's not good at looking at people. she's not blind. Her eyesight apparently is okay. So that out of the way. And she was droning on about things that I don't even recall. And while she was droning on, I had about 50 ideas what I could write and what I could, submit and edit and work. And the funniest thing happened because I started writing on my notepad, just writing down ideas. And at some point, I realized that the guy next to me was always looking at me. He was like, why are you taking notes? Am I supposed to take notes? But what's going on? Is she saying something important? Should I write this down? So he's apparently looking at me, and I was just in my frenzy to write down everything. And it wasn't even related to the lecture, obviously. And so at some point, he actually took up his pen and he started taking notes of the lecture, even though she was just introducing herself and droning on about her academic endeavors and things. And then I realized that the two girls behind me did the same. So they were all really freaked out because I started scribbling and they thought that I was taking notes, which I didn't. I was actually not even paying attention. And I don't even know what they wrote down, wrote 6 publications for the academic journal in 2003. I don't know, because the teacher was just talking about herself. So that was, and I get a bit sadistic then. I don't stop then or something. I mean, why would I? But still, I kind of enjoy it. It's really mean, I know. But it's just so sometimes funny, fluking people out and that wasn't the word. But, really making them a bit uncomfortable by challenging social behavior as we know it. So that I have no clue what they wrote down, but I hope it wasn't about the lecture. So that was really funny, actually, and really mean. But it wasn't really mean because I didn't mean to. It just, scribbled down my notes. And so basically that was the first half hour of the lecture, and she'd already been late, so it was an hour wasted of my life. Thank you very much. And then she actually started talking about something. I don't really know what it was, but she really transitioned into her content so smoothly that no one really knew until much later that she'd now actually started to lecture, and everyone was like, oh my god, I have to take notes, including me this time. And so I started taking notes, and she was really a horrible teacher, and I'm so tired of horrible teachers. They're really everywhere. And I mean, there's so many great teachers as well, don't get me wrong, but I mean, she was introducing herself and her colleagues for 20 minutes, but when it came to the actual content, she couldn't take 5 minutes to introduce it to us. She just talked in this highly academic jargon that no one really grasped. I mean, I didn't. Probably the other people did, but from their looks, they didn't either. So basically, she was just talking. Actually, she was reading down her own paper. And I was at a point where I was like, I could just read your paper, then I would probably understand what you're talking about. But if you're just quoting things from other people that you've used in your paper, that is not really teaching. It's just bullshit. And so she kept droning on and on and on, and in a horrible English, really. I mean, honestly, I really say nothing against people having an accent. It's really no problem. But I think if English really is your life and you teach it every day, you should probably try to not sound like the ultra Austrian person while speaking English, in my humble opinion. But yeah, that was a bit weird. So that was the first lecture, and that was on Tuesday night. So that's obviously over. And on Wednesday, on Thursday, I had my other lecture. That was much better. It was just really bizarre. That was actually something I wanted to talk in general, because I think it's really bizarre. Both teachers of the lectures wanted us to somehow engage, which I think for a lecture is a bit weird. For a class like the one I had on, sorry, God, I'm coming down with a cold again. No, it's nothing. Okay, not bless me. So basically, in the lecture, she was like, could could we have you interact? And we watched a little movie, and could you know share your thoughts and things. And I was like, I'm determined not to say anything because I'm always the first person to talk, and I was just not feeling it. It was like 7 at night, and I was like, I'm not going to say something. But then I actually said something because, and this is not meant to be offensive, but what the other student said was just so incoherent and weird and wrong on so many levels that I just couldn't take it anymore. And I was like, okay, I'm going to say something. I mean, honestly, I don't think it was the student's fault. It was just because she was talking so much rubbish that no one knew actually what she was going about. So they were just, I think, trying frantically to infuse meaning into something that just wasn't there. And eventually I decided to just say a little bit about something. And then she looked at me in a really weird way, as if I was just challenging her or something. I don't know. It was just a very bizarre moment. And the same thing happened again in the next class. No one was saying anything. So obviously I had to say something. And I think it's really sad because I'm really getting tired of permanently having to talk in university. I mean, there's so many brilliant, supposedly brilliant people that I wonder why they don't all have an opinion to share. So I think that's very exhausting. And it's really happened in Innsbruck as well. So I don't know if it's the Austrians, but honestly, I doubt it. I think it's a worldwide phenomenon. So people talk in class, okay? This is your field of expert. Like, sorry again, this is where you are experts in this field. So try to be that. And that was a bit frustrating because I've already had experiences with this in Innsbruck, like extensively. But yeah, I'm starting to babble. There's one thing I wanted to tell you. It was on Women's Day, which was on Thursday. And it was a very bizarre moment. I'm not sure if it was related to Women's Day, but I saw a very disturbing, confusing thing. I was riding the tram to work, and there was a guy standing in front of me, and he had ripped jeans. And underneath, he was wearing tights, like mesh hose. That was weird. And he was not, someone who, there are obviously men, either, gay, some are probably not gay. I don't want to stereotype here now, but where you think, oh, okay, this is just a colorful bird and they just wear weird things and it kind of goes with it. But this was just really a guy who looked in every other aspect quite generic. But he was wearing this mesh hose underneath his ripped jeans, and there was a hole in the jeans really close to his bum. And underneath was the mesh hose, and sticking out of it were just some wiry black hair. And I was like, yeah, I don't really need to see that. But thank you, nevertheless. I mean, probably it was a statement on Women's Day. I don't know. Probably he doesn't have a taste of fashion, or probably he likes it, which is fine with me. But I wouldn't like to see that on a woman either. I think if you wear ripped jeans, they should be ripped in places where you don't have a whole different whole summer clothes. I think that's not very nice to look at for anybody. So that was a bit traumatizing. And then I worked, which was great because I actually made my first money in Vienna. That was great. And what else? Yeah, the campus. The campus where I am is absolutely lovely. So beautiful. I'm at the, what's it called? Altes AKH, for the language center of the university. It's so beautiful. It's like a huge park inside the campus, and it's a supermarket and restaurants and bars, and it's really lovely. So much nicer than the campus on Innsbruck, like in the Innsbruck University, because it wasn't really a campus, it was just a building. But it was lovely. It was really a place where, like, I know in summer it's going to be awesome to linger there and to be there, and so that was really nice. And the facilities are okay. But everything's very old and very imposing. It's like university, I think, should be. So yes, that was really nice, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to doing my master's degree. That is fine. It was just a bit of a bumpy start, but I hope it's going to be better now. Anyway, good. I think for today I'm done. It was just a little blog. You will find a post on the blog which covers basically the same, probably even in a bit more entertaining way. So check that out if you want. And if not, I say thank you very much for following my blog and for watching my blog. And I will see you soon when I get around to do the next one. Yeah. And keep your noses safe.